Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that John Finn Finnegan, Tanner Novlin, could get a clue about the new man in Hope Logan's life. B&B fans know Finn was livid when Hope seemingly threw herself at him in lingerie. However, Hope assured Finn and Steffi Forrester, Jacqueline McKinswood, that the design office debacle wasn't what it looked like. Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor, has been Hope's fiercest defender lately, but she'll have another ally during the week of November 11 to 15. That's when Deacon Sharp, Scene Cannon, will face off with Finn about what really went down at Forrester Creations. Of course, Deacon will rush to Hope's defense and insist his daughter is innocent. Although Hope was guilty of that drunken kiss at the Forrester party, she hasn't made a real move on Finn since then. Unfortunately, it seemed like Hope was plotting to make Finn her man again when she fell on him. Despite Deacon's efforts to convince Finn that it was a misunderstanding, Finn will remain skeptical. Nevertheless, this might be a good time for the wheels to start turning for Finn. Deacon may praise Carter for how supportive he's been of Hope and argue that he believes her about the confusion. Steffi has been questioning why Carter's so passionate about his defense of Hope, so Finn might start thinking about that too. What if Finn begins to realize maybe there's more than friendship going on between Carter and Hope? After all, Finn has played detective in other storylines, like when he figured out Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yamada, was guilty and found Steffi locked in a cage. Finn also helped Deacon track down captive Shayla Sharp, Kimberlyn Brown, during the whole Sugar and Janet Weber, Kimberlyn Brown arc, so he has a habit of unraveling mysteries. It's even possible Finn will spot Hope and Carter in a close moment somewhere eventually. Maybe Finn could visit Carter's loft to question him, and once again find Hope in lingerie. That could click everything into place for Finn and make him realize Steffi's indeed had it all wrong. Finn would land in a tight spot since he feel obligated to be honest with Steffi, but he also wouldn't want her thinking he's going against her. Although Finn is probably the last person who'd ever want to tell Steffi she made a mistake, he'd have no choice. Steffi might stand by her choice to fire Hope anyway, but it'd be interesting to see her reaction to Finn's curveball. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say Hope and Carter's secret has to come out sooner or later, so stick with us for more predictions on who'll uncover the news and give Steffi updates. Finn had grown accustomed to the twists and turns of life in Los Angeles, but nothing could prepare him for the bombshell he stumbled upon one late evening at Forrester Creations. It all started innocently enough. Finn had stayed late at the office, reviewing medical reports from the clinic. Steffi had taken the kids to her mother's house for the weekend, giving Finn a rare opportunity to focus without distractions. He'd wandered into the executive lounge for a quick coffee break when he heard voices coming from one of the nearby conference rooms. At first, he thought nothing of it. Forrester Creations was always buzzing with activity, even after hours. But as he moved closer, the hushed tones of the conversation caught his attention. He froze when he recognized the voices, Hope Logan and Carter Walton. Curiosity got the better of him. Hope and Carter rarely interacted on a personal level, so why were they meeting in secret? Finn peeked through the small glass panel in the door and saw them standing close. Too close for comfort. Hope's eyes were wide with worry, while Carter's expression was a mix of determination and hesitation. "I can't believe we let it get this far," Hope whispered, her voice trembling. "If anyone finds out, especially Liam." "They won't," Carter cut in, his tone firm. "We've been careful, but we need to decide what to do next. This can't stay hidden forever." Finn's pulse quickened. What were they hiding? His first thought was an affair, but Hope and Carter. It didn't add up. Hope was deeply committed to Liam and Carter, while Carter had just started seeing Katie again. Yet the tension in the room was undeniable. As Finn leaned closer, his foot accidentally nudged a loose floor tile, producing a soft but unmistakable sound. He quickly ducked out of sight, heart pounding. Inside the room, the voices stopped abruptly. "Did you hear that?" Hope asked, panic lacing her words. Carter moved toward the door, but Finn was already retreating down the hallway. He slipped into a nearby storage room, holding his breath as Carter stepped into the corridor and looked around. After a few tense moments, Carter shook his head and returned to the conference room, closing the door behind him. Finn exhaled slowly, his mind racing. Whatever Hope and Carter were hiding, it was serious enough to make them paranoid. He debated confronting them, but decided against it. He needed more information before jumping to conclusions. The following day, Finn couldn't shake the uneasy feeling. Steffi immediately noticed his distracted demeanor over breakfast. "Is everything okay?" she asked, studying him with concern. "You've been quiet all morning." Finn hesitated. He hated keeping things from Steffi, but he wasn't sure how to explain what he'd seen without causing unnecessary drama. "Just a lot on my mind," he said finally. "Work stuff." Steffi raised an eyebrow, but didn't press further. She knew Finn well enough to sense when he needed space to sort things out. Still, her instincts told her there was more to his mood than he was letting on. Later that day, Finn found himself back at Forrester Creations. He tried to focus on his tasks, but his thoughts kept drifting to Hope and Carter. Unable to resist, he decided to do a little digging. He started by reviewing the building's security footage, hoping to glean some context from their late-night meeting. What he found shocked him. The footage showed Hope and Carter entering the conference room separately, each carrying a small, inconspicuous package. About an hour later, they emerged, both looking tense and avoiding eye contact with anyone they passed. Finn couldn't make out the contents of the packages, but their behavior only deepened his suspicions. Determined to get to the bottom of it, Finn discreetly approached Carter later that day. "Hey Carter," he began casually, trying to mask his nerves. "Everything okay? You seemed a little on edge yesterday." Carter's eyes flickered with surprise, but he quickly recovered. "Just the usual work stress," he replied smoothly. "You know how it is." Finn nodded, pretending to accept the explanation, but Carter's response only confirmed that he was hiding something. Finn decided to change tactics. "I ran into Hope last night too," he added nonchalantly. "You two were working late together, huh?" Carter stiffened, his jaw tightening ever so slightly. "Yeah, we were going over some legal documents for her line. Nothing unusual." Finn didn't buy it, but he didn't press further. Instead, he excused himself and resolved to confront Hope next. When Finn found Hope in the design studio, she was nervously organizing fabric swatches. She looked up and smiled weakly when she saw him, but her eyes betrayed her unease. "Hi, Finn," she said, her voice a little too bright. "What brings you here?" "I wanted to check in," Finn replied, keeping his tone gentle. "You seemed upset last night. Is everything okay?" Hope's smile faltered. She glanced around the room, as if making sure they were alone. "Everything's fine," she said quickly. "Just a lot on my plate." Finn studied her for a moment, debating whether to push further. Finally, he decided to be direct. "Hope, if there's something going on, you can trust me. I'm here to help." For a moment, it looked like Hope might open up, but then she shook her head, her expression closing off. "I appreciate that, Finn, but there's nothing to tell." "Really?" Frustrated but unwilling to force the issue, Finn nodded and left. He knew he wouldn't get any answers until Hope and Carter were ready to talk. That evening, Finn returned home to find Steffi waiting for him with a glass of wine and a determined look. "Okay, Spill," she said as soon as he walked through the door. "I know something's bothering you, and I want to know what it is." Finn hesitated. He didn't want to drag Steffi into the situation, especially without all the facts. But he also knew she wouldn't let it go until he came clean. "There's something going on between Hope and Carter," he admitted reluctantly. "I don't know what it is, but it's big." Steffi's eyes widened in shock. "Hope and Carter? Are you saying they're having an affair?" "I don't think it's that," Finn said quickly. "But they're definitely hiding something." Steffi's expression hardened. "If this involves the company or our family, we need to find out the truth." Finn sighed, realizing he'd just dragged himself into a tight spot. He wanted to protect Hope and Carter's privacy, but he also couldn't ignore Steffi's determination. Whatever happened next, one thing was certain. The secret wouldn't stay hidden for long. The stage was set for a dramatic revelation, with relationships and loyalties hanging in the balance. Finn could only hope that when the truth finally came out, it wouldn't destroy everything he and Steffi had worked so hard to build.